ArenaNet's certainly dropped a bombshell on the community with the very rapidly approaching expansion, Secrets of the Obscure, set to launch us into the skies above Tyria August 22nd of this year. There's tons of excitement and speculation to be had as far as the best new builds, what new weapons will be like, what exactly the new mastery tracks are going to look like, what rewards await us, further content updates, non-dragon related story, and more. Digging beyond all speculation lies the true question. No, not that one. What should you do to be ready for this? What actions should you take to make sure you're springing into action at the start of the expansion? While each of us players is different, and this is a very complicated question, there are steps we can all take to minimize our efforts and maximize our potential rewards. The advice I have here will keep you on track to success and make sure you get to take to the skies and enjoy the new experiences SOTO has to offer. Number 1. Cash is king. Many things that you may want at the start of an expansion are tradable on the trading post, meaning that if you're willing to part ways with your hard-earned hoard, you can get specific things that you need to accomplish your own personal objectives. That is not the only cash I consider in Guild Wars, however. There's probably going to be some things you want gated behind karma from various vendors, so maybe think twice before buying that next mini-pet leading up to the expansion. There's also the always valuable crafting trophies, especially tier 6. With new legendaries on the way, including our first open world PvE armor, these things are as good as gold, maybe even better for your account right now. Whether you're looking to craft that new armor like I am, or just want to sell them off for instant money, definitely don't overlook these little buggers. If you have some spare time, get some grind in for gold, karma, and trophies. Dragonfall and Drizzlewood Coast are some decent ways to get these, though there are loads of options available. If there's any other farming activities you prefer to hit up, be sure to leave a comment down below to help everyone else. There's so many different farms out there that I can't possibly put them all in one video. I personally seem to never get sick of Drizzlewood, though I don't have a ton of time to sit down and game. You can even hop into ranked SPVP to plug away for some gold if you enjoy competitive gameplay, though the current season does end on the 24th of July, so be sure to act fast if you want to finish the season strong. If you're anything like me, you may not have a lot of time to farm for a few days at a time, which brings me to my next point. Number 2. Do your dailies. Don't look at these as though they're a chore you hate, like folding laundry. They can be a quick way to minimize your efforts and maximize your gains. Each day, you can log in and do your daily home instance gathering. If you don't have a particularly robust one, you can always try and find someone who does. Right around server reset, there's always people advertising who are either looking for or offering full home instances. If you're in guilds, don't forget to hop over to the guild hall to get that daily harvesting in as well. If you're not in a guild, this might not be a bad time to look for one. In addition to offering daily harvesting nodes for you, there are also boosters that you can take advantage of leading up to and after the release of Secrets of the Obscure. There's also a few key login spots like the end of jumping puzzles, the flax farms, or even the ice brood chests that can net you some daily rewards that may be small but can compound over weeks, especially if you have characters who you don't really play much anyway, to just go ahead and park them there. It only takes a few seconds to log into them, depending on your hard drive anyway. One daily ritual that I'm still partaking in does have a bit of speculation on my part. I'm still collecting my provisioner tokens for legendary runes and sigils. They are needed for the PvE raid set of legendary armor, so I see there being a chance that they may be needed in addition to new exclusive items for the new legendary open world PvE armor set coming out sometime after SOTO drops. I also think there's a chance that if or when they release legendary relics, they will probably be crafted in a similar way to our existing legendary runes and sigils. There is absolutely nothing to confirm this, it's just something I'm thinking may happen, so I'm trying to stay ahead of the game. Considering the mountain of obsidian shards I sit on, I think I can spare some. Speaking of crafting, make sure to swing by the workbenches and do your daily crafting. Turning materials into ascended materials to sell or hoard for legendary crafting purposes is always helpful. There's also classics such as the daily grow lamp that you can pop on the trading post for some quick gold. Of course, after all your hopping about, don't forget to do your daily achievements as well. The extra 2 gold per day plus additional karma and crafting materials can be handy for getting you flush with cash. 2 gold doesn't feel like a lot, but for how little work it is, it can add up. Not to mention 10 achievement points a day adds up to even bigger rewards if you haven't capped out on your daily achievement points. This talk about daily achievements brings me to my third point. Number 3, Booster Bonanza. From those daily achievements in SPVP and World vs. World come lovely reward track potions. These potions reward you with 250 reward points in your chosen reward track per game type. Each reward track is 20,000 points, so if you collect 80 potions, that means you can fully complete a single reward track to get all that sweet loot in seconds. The single time reward tracks that usually come with new content are better rewarding than repeatable tracks, and this is an easy way to grab some new skins, trophies, champion bags, and maybe even emotes. They have also talked about some relics being obtainable from these, so can help you boost up that collection with a quickness. Going beyond these reward boosters, just start hanging on to any XP, reward track boosters, or things of that nature. I have an entire tab in my bank full of just about every type of booster that I pick up because I have a hoarding problem in MMOs, and tend to only use these when I have a ton of time to play or brand new content comes out. These will help you clear new unlocks in mastery trees or even give you an extra edge clearing content. Speaking of banks, number 4, cleanse your inventory. With new content on the horizon, it's a great time to go through all your character's bags and bank to reorganize and purge out junk you've accumulated and not really taken stock of. Oftentimes, this can net you with some extra gold, but more importantly, bring you the space and peace of mind you need to hoard new, shinier, SOTO related things that you definitely won't forget in that 7th tab of your bank. A clear inventory can be a big quality of life update all for free. You may even consider purchasing some non-free quality of life items, such as bag slots, bank slots, or even infinite gathering tools or salvage kits to streamline your process. I'm not recommending anything specific here, as I think these are pretty personal choices. You can min-max these down to absolute efficiency, and many people have done the math. I personally look at it from a perspective of, would it make my life easier? Maybe consider it if you've got some extra gems to spare, especially if you got that big pre-order bonus. Number 5. Take to the skies. This entire expansion seems set to take place in the skies above Tyria. We're getting a new sky scale related mastery track, and they're adding a completely new way to even acquire the sky scale. While this streamlined way to train your dragon may be enticing, if you've got the time, I absolutely think you should get yourself a sky scale and max out that mastery track we already have. The new expansion's mastery track will be building off our current one, and folks who do both will be getting improved abilities compared to those who do one or the other. Mounting in combat, riding on ley lines, or even a fireball attack. Not sure exactly what abilities are acquired from where yet, but it's best not to be stuck on the ground while everyone else soars through the skies. Diving into the sky scale now is a great way to prepare yourself for takeoff on launch day. Number 6. Lingering leveling. Many of us have that one crafting profession we just haven't maxed out yet, or a class sitting dusty in the corner of Kessex Hills. Leading up to this expansion is a great time to tie up any loose ends and get yourself fully prepared. With each new expansion comes new crafting and new balances. The character that's been sitting around for ages, you may just realize that with the new weapons, they're suddenly the most fun you've had on the game in years. That crafting profession may be what you need to craft that new favorite legendary that's coming out. You just don't know. One thing is sure, and that's more options is never a bad thing. Give yourself the biggest sandbox in the playground so you can play around in style. Anything can happen in the next chapter of Tyria, which brings me to my final point. Number 7. Do what works for you. At the end of the day, we all just want to have the most fun we personally can when we play a game. And all of this advice is just to help you enable that fun to be more streamlined at launch. Take all of this into consideration, think about what you want to do first, second, and third when the expansion comes out, and prioritize some things that make sense for you. Chuck everything else out the window. If you want a comprehensive way to earn some trophies, plug away at reward tracks, earn over 80 gold, and stat selectable armor while progressing towards some ascended and legendary gear to add to your collection, then be sure to check out this crash course on everything you need to get started in SPVP. But no matter what you're about to go do, get out there and get yourself ready for the next step in the commander's journey against an enemy other than dragons. And remember, fortune favors the bold.